Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I know a lot of you are expecting first a speed build, second probably another episode of my short lifespan Legacy of Doom challenge, but for a lot of reasons that is not happening today. You're probably wondering first of all why this is not a speed build. Well, it was supposed to be like a little build with me, do all the footage, none of the audio works. None of the audio works. So now we're doing a little voiceover action. I am building a home in the world of Delso Valley, which is the world that came with Get Famous, because I need to move one of my Sims out. And she's very near and dear to my heart. We're going to get into that in just a second. But throughout this entire video, I am anxiously awaiting a phone call to see if I got a job that I really thought I was going to get. Spoiler alert, I didn't get it. And I sobbed the entire way. I literally did this video. 2 hours of filming. First of all, what a waste, because it's basically unusable. And then I got ready for happy hour. I had a happy hour shift. Walk right out the door. Recruiter calls me later than he was supposed to. Starts off right off the bat. I don't have great news for you. I don't want to talk about it too much. But just know the Tiana who filmed this video yesterday was so excited, so anxious, but like nervous excited, nervous anxious. What a fucking lie. Okay? I sobbed so hard. So if you are currently in the job market and you are not having any luck, you are not alone. If you feel like a big losery loser, it's not true. I feel like the biggest losery loser you could ever imagine. And if I talk about this in too much detail, I'm gonna cry. But you know what I won't be doing today is crying on the fucking internet over a job. Fuck those little bitches, okay? Say it with your chest, guys. Fuck those bitches. But yeah, I'm obviously pretty upset about it. I don't want to talk about it too much more, but that was the gist of this video. It was me, like, telling everyone about my legacy challenge. And then telling them about how excited I was because I thought I was gonna get this job. I goofed myself, okay? I goofed myself. Anywho, why are we building this house today? So, just a little backstory. My short lifespan Legacy of Doom challenge started as a Wheel of Doom legacy challenge where I would spin this wheel every episode, a couple times every episode, and basically I would become victimized by the fucking wheel. Not a big deal, but it was a thing, if you will. At some point, I spin the wheel, I land to make my sim a vampire. My founder sim, Elena. Make Elena a vampire, newsflash, I'm mad about it. Another point, I spin the wheel, and basically my wife, Jade, who I was obsessed with, cheated on me with Clement the Frost. Granted, Elena cheated on her first, but like, we had moved past that, and we cheated with our first baby daddy, Naoki. And if you've seen Naoki, like, you get it. But at the same time, like, we kind of moved past that. And, like, it's Clement the Frost. And she got pregnant. That's a whole other story. Anyway. So, we're pissed. On the wheel, we land on unaliving Jade. So, I unalive her. Immediately feel regret. Immediately feel guilt. I was like, the buyer's remorse on this is real. Can we send it back, please? Can I get an itemized bill? Because I don't think this is right. So, I then devote the next, I don't even know how many episodes and hours of my life to trying to bring her back from the dead. I do eventually achieve this by making ambrosia. If you don't know what that is, it is this dish you can make. You have to have level 10 cooking, level 10 gourmet cooking. You need like an angelfish. You need a potion of youth. You need a bunch of shit, okay? So I make that. Bring Elena back bring Jade back from the dead. But I also need to bring Elena back from the dead because Jade becomes a ghost. We rekindle our romance, which is why we wanted to bring her back to life. We like kiss and make up. We're in a toxic relationship at this point, okay? So Elena's very much alive. She's a vampire, but at some point Naoki kind of creeps back in, and like we are maybe two-timing both of them with, same old story, different day. So, we are seeing Naoki, and then I get a little pop-up, it's like, Naoki is proposing marriage. At this point, I am already engaged to Jade. I had asked Jade to remarry me as a ghost. I'm like, glitch in the Matrix? So, like, obviously I say yes because I'm a toxic person, and the only person I can imagine being more toxic than me is my Sims in my save file. So I obviously say yes. And then we're out at the gym or something. I can't even remember what the fuck we're doing. And I was like, let's just, like, elope. Like, for the plot, let's see if this is even gonna work. Because I'm technically engaged to both of them, so I'm getting the pop-ups for both of them to just get married. And I'm like, okay, this is iconic as fuck. Let's do it. Like, sister wives, sister husband, brother husband? You know what I mean. And so we try to do this. We're in the middle of eloping. Outside of some random gym in San Myshuno. Then I burn to death. And by I mean Elena. Elena burns to death. Kristen dies. I wish I could make that shit up. I wish I could tell you I was fucking joking, right? So, at this point, my house has... So, I couldn't decide between Skylar and Eleanor, who were my first Gen 2 babies, okay? I was obsessed with them. I absolutely love Eleanor. I love Skylar. Couldn't decide. So I was like, fuck it, like, let's just have them live together for the time being, because Eleanor is really focused on her career. She did get married to another famous person. She's, like, a D-list celebrity, which is why we're building this in Del Sol Valley. That's another point of the plot. She is, a D-list celebrity. She gets pregnant. They have a baby. I'm thinking it's gonna be, like, one and done kind of thing. We're woohooing our husband, Dirk. We woohooed him to death. He died. Flash forward, like, 4 days later, we got pregnant in the middle of woohooing him when we woohooed him to death. So, we have the two sisters. My Gen 2 heir, Skylar, the reason I picked her as my heir is because I accidentally got her pregnant at the prom. That's another story. So, she already has a kid. So, we're two moms, grandmas. I finally age out the rest of our siblings. Eleanor, her daughter Claire, Skylar, her daughter Beatrix. But Skylar got pregnant with her same baby daddy from high school. They were fooling around at the gym. The gym is not a good place for us at this point. Gets pregnant. She's having another baby. I think it's kind of cute. I'm like, we're in a place. Like, this is good for our life. We're pregnant with our sister. Eleanor and Skylar are BFFs. BFFs. Then, freaking Skylar gives birth to triplets. So, the house is now Eleanor, Claire, Beatrix, Skylar, Elena, Jade, and then we have our triplet babies. Then our baby daddy is finally, like, ready to marry us, so we get engaged finally. Thank the fucking God, because he was like, "You're not ready to commit to me? We have 4 children. Ring, brother, ring." Anyway, so we proceed to let him move in with us, and the house is getting a little cramped. So I move out Jade and Elena, obviously. Because the house is a 2-crib. I want to keep Eleanor. I'm deeply attached to her, okay? Oh, Eleanor also has another kid at this point. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm sure you guys are getting a little lost here. Watch the series. Plug the series, guys. So I moved those 2 out. And it's been, like, a little bit. It's been, like, an episode or 2. I was like, why don't I just, like, pop in? I'm checking neighborhood stories. But then I look at my family tree. Jade and Elena had 3 babies. So I, like, pop into their household. I was like, what the fuck? Because, like, I've been checking those neighborhood stories religiously. I didn't say they were expecting a baby. They did not adopt, but I don't think they had science babies because, you know, when you get a science baby, it's like, oh, like, you want to have a science baby, and your sim literally leaves, and it's like, are you sure? Yes, and they come home with a baby. It's like a whole thing. Like, they go to the wormhole hospital. But that wasn't happening, so I was like, who the fuck fathered these babies? But I couldn't find it. Anyway, I am literally in their household for maybe 2 sim hours. Come back into mine. I'm rechecking the neighborhood stories. I'm like, maybe I fucking missed something. Maybe I missed something. Neighborhood stories pops up. Island of Sulani, that's where my house is. Short lifespan legacy challenge household is expecting a baby. Excuse me, what? Excuse me, what? Literally, jaw on the floor. I never shut the fuck up. I am a professional fucking yapper. I literally can talk till I die. I was fucking speechless. The universe was like, oh, are you hanging on by a thread? Bam! Dead! So, now the house is gonna be 2 cramped, okay? And I have to raise another baby, so I have to let sweet Eleanor and her children go, but I wanted to make sure they had a nice house. So, I built them, like, a quiet house. Like I said, she's, like, a D-list celebrity, so I know this is, like, not a mansion, because I was not building a fucking mansion. I built, like, 3 big houses in the last 2 weeks. I was building something a little smaller. Plus, I really am happy the way this came out, and it's a different style than I normally do. But realistically, if you've ever been on Zillow in, like, LA or any area like that, this is a fucking $4 or $5 million house. This is a 3-bed, 2-bathroom house with a pool and a backyard. This is a big-ass fucking house. So, that's, like, kind of the gist of my story. I know this is not a speed build, and I know it's not perfect, but there is a beautiful tour that we're going to do at the end, so stay tuned, guys, and we will get into that right now. Alright, team, we made it. I might have a little bit of a breakdown, but we made it. Let's do a little 360 of the house. I'm really happy with how she came out. I will say that. I think she's a gorgeous, gorgeous girl. This is not my typical style, and I've really been trying to branch out, too, so, like, good job, me. You know, small wins. Let's go through the little floor plan really quick. So you obviously have a little entryway, and then we have our primary bedroom, primary bathroom, a toddler's room, a children's room, a Jack and Jill bathroom. You guys know I love a Jack and Jill bathroom. And then we obviously have our little living room into our eat-in kitchen area, and she is beautiful. So let's go on in. Obviously, we have our little porch. The amount of times I say obviously should be studied because it is a crime against humanity, and I deeply apologize. But please don't agree with that and, like, make fun of me in the comments because I've really been hanging on by a thread, okay? Okay? Anyway, so you come in, and I used a lot of the For Rent pack, and I tried to incorporate a lot of Get Famous as well, but let's be real, this has a gazillion fucking packs, but this is actually for my personal gameplay, so I don't feel that bad about it for once, because as much as I love when you guys download and play in my houses, by the way, if you ever do, you know, comment that you came from YouTube, we love that, we stand that, but this is for, like, my actual personal save file, and I have all the packs I used, obviously, because they, are in the game that I'm playing. Anyway, here's our living room, and I did this little thing with this base game piece we got with, like, I think the holiday update pack. Yeah, the free holiday stuff pack, and I just placed these base game candles on too, and when they light in game, they're very beautiful. I used to do this all the time back when I was trying to be gallery famous a couple years ago when I was probably 14, I don't know, but it's really cute. We have a little piano area, lots of greenery, and then I just love the flow of this house because it's still very open in my opinion, but it's definitely more closed off because I very much gravitate towards very open concept floor plans because that's what I gravitate towards in real life. But in The Sims, a closed off floor plan, I feel like just looks better most of the time. But anyway, and we are in the kitchen, and I absolutely am obsessed with the Home Chef Hustle Kit, Hustle Stuff Pack, pardon me, tile. And these For Rent cabinets, they're just looking beautiful, and then obviously a little base game table, nothing too crazy, but I love the overall layout. This is a huge kitchen. This is what I'm saying, if this house was in LA, like, this is a multi-million-dollar home. Then we'll scoot over into the primary bedroom, where I used a lot of the For Rent furniture. I have never used this swatch, but the green on this bed, this whole bed, is such a serve, so I'm very happy with it, obviously. I was not about to say obviously. You guys did not hear that come out of my mouth. But this is it, and then just like a little ensuite. My bathrooms are really boring, that's why I cut them out of my videos all the time. Then we have Miss Claire's room. Claire is Eleanor's first baby, and it's very blue. But I just love this little area right here. It just seems so lived in and realistic. And I have just been so obsessed with the kids' room stuff pack lately. I voted on a poll for one of my mutuals on TikTok. By the way, follow me on TikTok if you haven't already. And she was like, which stuff pack should I get? Like the Crystal Creation pack or the kids' room stuff pack? I voted. I must have been the only bitch who voted for that because after you vote, you know how it'll show you the percentages? It was like 93% to the 7%. I am the 7%. But the kids' room stuff pack is such a slay. And I think it could be one of the next stuff packs they give out for free. That is purely speculation. I do not know anything, guys. I have less than 1,000 YouTube subscribers. I am not in on all the drama. I fucking wish, though. And honestly, they will never let me because I have a big-ass mouth. Like, I allude to things because I know them. And I'll be like... So, you know... Anyway, now we're into our little toddler room. It's just green. It's not my favorite room, but obviously I popped off in the blue room, so the green room is just meh. And then we have our little Jack and Jill bathroom. I put this big-ass tub in it because I never get to put a big-ass tub in my bathroom, so I just went for it. You're welcome. And then we have this little kind of, I don't know if this would be considered a pergola or what exactly this is called, a trellis maybe. I don't know the difference between those two things, but just a little grill and dining area, and then obviously some chairs. This pool, I wish I had a pool. I used to think I didn't want a pool because I think they're very expensive and hard to maintain, but as a young adult who actually has like 3 friends, me and my friends would love that. So, you know. And then I use this swing. I want to say it's from Romantic Garden stuff. Let's double checkies. Little Campers Kit. Well, it is gorge, and I am totally obsessed. But that is the end of the video. And if you have not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. You know I love when you do that. Obviously, retract that. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed so you can follow along and see if I ever cut the habit of saying the cursed O word. I'm not going to say it again, hopefully. And if you are struggling right now as a young grad, or you're about to graduate college, or maybe you're looking to do career change or whatever, if you are in the job market right now, I'm going to say this as someone who really needs to hear it myself. It is not your fault. It is not your fault. Don't take your self-worth from the job hunt. My confidence has taken such a hit, and by a hit, I mean it's literally a pancake on the ground. Thank you, recruiters of corporate America. But it's not your fault, and you're not alone, and honestly, go to the grocery store and get yourself some strawberries and, like, the little chocolate dippy stuff. Make yourself a little chocolate-covered strawberry moment, and you might just feel better. And I think you're super slay. That's really important. I think you're slay. If no one else does, I died, because I will always think you're slay. Don't forget to drink your water, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.